The story of Allie continues over on AEW Dark. We have a response from WWE in regards to Monday Night Raw's taping and the coronavirus. Also, are Brandon Cutler and Peter Avalon done as a team? We also have New Japan Cup Night 2 results for you. What's up, everybody? Eric here from That's Wrestling. Thanks for tuning into the News Wire today for June 17th, 2020. Let's get to the news. So, WWE had a positive coronavirus test for a trainee who was last in the Performance Center on June 9th. And then it came out that yesterday, when they were doing the Raw tapings on Monday, or the live show actually, they had select friends and family in attendance, and that they were not allowed to wear masks. The statement that WWE later released doesn't technically dispute that, so it's kind of odd given the wording. So their response was, fans have not been in attendance at WWE events since March 13th. Yesterday, a select number of friends and family were permitted to attend WWE's production. These individuals were required to participate in medical screenings prior to entering the closed set of our training facility, and were kept apart from in-ring performers and production personnel. Attendance was below 20% capacity, and social distancing guidelines were adhered to, with at least 6 feet between parties. Thus, face masks were not required. Now that last little piece, thus face masks were not required, doesn't dispute that they were not allowed, and it makes it seem like, well, we didn't need people to have face masks because we did this screening. Of course, the screening really just turns out to be a temperature check and a survey, basically, and the temperature check is really pointless for the most part, as some people only have a fever for 1 day and are still contagious for 2 weeks, or they don't even get a fever. So this screening is not really worth it anyways. But given that last piece, thus face masks were not required, does not dispute people saying that they were not allowed to be on TV with face masks on. Plus, there were interactions of performers with the audience that was shown on TV. So that is just a pure lie right there, saying that they were kept apart from in-ring performers and production staff. AEW Dark last night saw Brandon Cutler and Peter Avalon team up once again, this time against SCU, Christopher Daniels, and Frankie Kazarian. They argued a bit, had a few miscommunications, hit each other, and in the end lose to Celebrity Rehab. Later on in the evening, Leva Bates was being interviewed, asked what they can do for the team, and she said that she has a plan, but then Brandon Cutler and Peter Avalon come into the shot as well, start arguing, and basically break up at that point, and Leva Bates looked like she was going to cry over it. So I don't think this is completely over, but we will see how it goes. Also, we had Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela. They make actually a really good team. I misspoke yesterday and said that this was the first time they were going to be teaming. That is not the case. They have teamed a couple times in AEW and have won both events. So I'm looking forward to see how this team goes. They had a lot of very good teamwork together and really clicked as a team. So we'll see going forward. Also, Allie teamed up with Brandi Rhodes against Kenzie Page and Red Velvet. Basically, Allie was very much a heel in this. She attacked before the bell. She took a bunch of offense early on and then tagged out to Brandi. At one point, she wanted a tag from Brandi. Brandi got pushed into her and Allie was knocked off the apron. She feigned an injury at this point, an ankle injury, which drew attention from QT and Dustin. And when Brandi needed to tag out, Allie was not there. Brandi does end up making a comeback, hits a spear after Allie blind tags herself back in. She's perfectly fine, and all she does is put a foot on her opponent and gets the pin. So she picks up the pin, though Brandi did all the work, which there was not a happy moment after the match. And also behind the back of QT, Dustin, and Brandi, Allie gave a bit of a wink to the camera, like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, and this is exactly what I'm doing, what you're seeing. So this storyline continues to be intriguing, wondering where it's going to go in the end. We have some more Japan news. Stardom is going to be running a show on June 21st and are going to allow limited fans in attendance. So we're just 4 days away from that. So something to keep an eye on. Also, New Japan has announced 4 more dates in July. They're going to have a Road 2 show on the 20th, and then Sengoku Lord will take place on July 25th. And then they have Summer Struggle, which is going to be in Kurikan Hall on July 27th and July 31st. And lastly, we have New Japan Cup results from Night 2. We had Taiji Ishimori beating Gabriel Kidd. Very good match. Ishimori looks really good. Then we have Kanemaru beating Uemura. And that, again, was a pretty decent match. Good to see Kanemaru. He looked pretty good in this match. Then we had Nagata and Suzuki. They beat the crap out of each other for 20 minutes. Nagata got a bloody lip, it looks like, and both of them had red marks on their neck where they had forearmed each other a zillion times. Between the two of them, they probably slapped each other 100 times each, or forearmed. It was a lot. They just beat the crap out of each other. Really good match. Nagata picked this up, though, with 2 Saito suplexes in a row and then got the pin. We also had, finally, Okada and Gedo went about 15 minutes in a match that really saw Gedo cheat and cheat and cheat and cheat and cheat and cheat some more until Okada got in there, got a few drop kicks in there, and then put on the Cobra Clutch for the submission. So that's it for the news today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, for the AEW post show. And then at 9 o'clock, we will be doing the New Japan Cup post show for nights 1 and 2. So be sure to tune in for those live on YouTube. Also, if you would like this show as a podcast, just search for That's Wrestling Newswire, and you can find it on all your favorite podcast apps. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more content like this, and I will see you next time on the Newswire on That's Wrestling. See you later, guys.